Hi, Mrs. Betlock again. I'm going to talk about some general aspects of culture that you need to consider before making your culture collage. So, if we think about a general definition of culture, we're taking a look at how collectively the arts and other manifestations of human intellectual achievement have been construed together. We're talking about arts, social institutions, achievements of particular nation or people or social group. So the aspects we're going to talk about, we can take a look at from a social perspective, like the nuclear family versus the extended family, or customs and traditions that a culture has. So like rules of behavior, laws, norms that people comply with. Religion has a powerful role to play, and it can answer, questions about meaning of life and where moral values fall. Now, language is a cornerstone, and it's common to all cultures. And we can take a look at how people communicate also from culture to culture. Whoops, sorry about this. All right. Arts and literature is another aspect and category. And this is the way people entertain themselves or tell stories or pass on history. There are some cultures that truly have limited written language, and so therefore really call upon each other to communicate intergenerationally, so to pass on family history and so on. So forms of government. So what groups take control and are in power and enforce laws? This is the question, and it varies from country to country and culture to culture. You can take a look at aspects of culture from an economic point of view. How does society distribute goods? How do people earn their wage, and what do they do with it? All right, so if we're taking a look at clothing, for example, this is one of the aspects of culture that you have to look at. You want to take a look at your personal style. Do you like a certain brand? Maybe there's a specific type of shoe brand that fits you. Or maybe you despise that and you want to have no brand and wear clothes that don't really carry that prestige of a brand. This is an aspect that expresses your personal culture through clothing. You can also take a look at economy. How do you earn your money? If you have extra spending money, where does it come from? Do you have a summer job? Do you mow lawns? Do you do chores around the house to get money? You receive an allowance on a weekly or a monthly basis. So if none of these apply, what would be an ideal job for you? Education is another aspect of culture. So what school would you like to attend after Harlem High School? Can include community college, trade school, college, university, or maybe you don't want to go to college and you hope to join the military or a trade school. Tell me about that. What is it that you want to pursue? Family is another aspect of culture. This is in alphabetical order, by the way, so this is not rank ordering anything according to what we think is important. How many siblings do you have? Who do you live with? What types of traditions do you have with your family? Is there a certain holiday in your house that you think is really special? And tell me about that, okay? Food. Another important aspect of culture. What types of food do you like to eat? What is your favorite place to eat, or restaurant, or family member's house that you like to go to, and so on. Next up, government is an aspect of culture. How important is politics in your life? Do you actively engage in discussions about politics? Have you joined a political movement or campaign? How open is your family about talking about government and how it's run? Next up, language and communication. How do you and your family and friends communicate? Most, obviously, most of us speak English, but are you bilingual, or do you communicate in multiple languages and so on? Or do you use social media to communicate anything? Religion. What role does religion play in your family's life? Do you go to church, synagogue, or mosque? Do you wish that you had more religion or religious influence in your life, or do you wish you had less religious influence in your life? These are things to consider.